I think that we should have intimacy coordinators on set, and here's why. So let's start with what an intimacy coordinator is. It's someone on set whose job is to help protect the safety emotionally and physically of actors and crew members when it comes to physical intimacy in scenes. Some examples of media that has had intimacy coordinators are Euphoria, Bridgerton, and Outlander, all very heavily intimate shows that I think it was very prescient of them to include intimacy coordinators on. In recent years, there's been a lot of conversation about including intimacy coordinators on set when there is that sort of spicy nature to a scene, and I think it's really important that we do include them. And I'll give you a little personal story of one time I wish I had an intimacy coordinator on set. So my then fiance, now husband, and I were working together on a shoot, and there was a scene that required us to make out in it, and the entire crew was very uncomfortable when it came time to do that. And whenever cut was called, we would stop making out, and it was very awkward because the crew would say some inappropriate comments about it, and they were very uncomfortable, thus making me very uncomfortable and making my performance worse, and really just the overall day on set worse. My hypothesis is that if I had had an intimacy coordinator there to help me through the emotional vulnerability in that moment and to assist the crew in understanding how to handle such an emotionally vulnerable and intimate scene, that we all would have been way better set up for success. I always like to use the example of you would never do stunts on set without having a stunt coordinator. So why would you do intimacy on set without having an intimacy coordinator? That sort of physical level of connection with a scene partner is very vulnerable, and intimacy coordinators are there to help us through it. Not just us as actors, but the entire crew. I think they're there to set us up for success, and I think we should all be advocating for that when we get the opportunity to.